Planet X TV.
Hey, it's Paul Tosh here from Planet X. I'm here with Eric Ducharme. We're here at Eric's, your lair, your garage, your toy box, your fun house, if you will. And you're kind of known as the guru of gadgets and specialty items in the marketplace. Tell us about what you got here.
Well, you know, this is my garage, and I collect all sorts of toys. This is a new Glide. It's a 48-volt hub-motored scooter. Stands up kind of like a kick scooter, but this thing's really got some power. It'll do about 30 miles an hour, take a big guy like me right up hills, and range about 15, 20 miles.
This is just one of a garage full of really cool stuff. You want to show us more?
Yeah, we'll grab some other stuff here.
Now, this looks odd to me. This looks like some weird pair of gorilla handcuffs. What do we have here?
This is called the Skate Cycle by Brooklyn Workshop. It's an all-new articulating skateboard. It works similar to the way snakeboards did back in the day, where you articulate it like a snake and it generates its own momentum.
So if I wanted to skateboard, say, on Mars or on the top of Mount Rainier, you have something for me?
Yep. This product's called the Turf DeVille. It's probably the world's most expensive skateboard. It's got fully independent suspension, brakes, carbon deck, and plenty of ground clearance for going downhill. It's awesome.
Another strange thing you've pulled out from your garage for us. What is that?
Yeah, this product's called the Body Gun. It was made by Gary Barstoff out of South Africa. It's kind of a hybrid body surf boogie board device. You actually put it on like a vest. Get through here. You put it on like a vest, leaves your hands free for swimming, and it also works as a life preserver. That's
kind of cool. And next in line, what is that?
This is called the Flow Board. It came out about a decade ago, and it's supposed to simulate snowboarding by allowing you to do a deep carved turn. And it rides pretty good, but primarily for downhill because the wheels don't roll super great.
That makes sense. Surf Grip. What's that?
This is more for kids, but adults can use them too. You put your hand in, grab the handle, and when you're catching the wave, the water fills inside the handle and actually gives you a little tow. So it's a real fun little toy, and these things float, so it helps you stay afloat.
That is ingenious. Okay, another version of a skateboard looks like, but it must do something special because that's kind of weird.
Yeah, this is the Freeboard. Again, it simulates snowboarding. When you're going down the hill, if you're on the edge, you're on these wheels. If you flatten the deck, you go on the caster wheels, which allows the board to slide directly sideways, and then you just lean on the edge to get control again and cruise it down.
Again, another version of a skateboard. This looks pretty normal to me. What's it do?
Well, this is called the Photon Lightboard. It has built-in LED lights. It just turns on and off here. So it's when you're skating at night, you get the underglow effect, kind of like the import cars. But fun little product made here in San Diego.
That's awesome. This looks like an experiment gone bad, very bad. What is this?
This is the Moto Skate. It was made up in Washington State by Tim Gendel. It runs a 23cc two-stroke motor, direct gear drive to the rear wheel. It's a whole lot of fun, and sometimes we get in a little trouble with them.
I think you might. You said you got some blue lights behind you on these.
Yeah, when we were making their video, we got pulled over by the Carlsbad police, and they were as confused as we were whether they were legal, but they let us go, so it's all good.
That's awesome. All right, maybe a chainsaw, some kind of concrete cutter. What? Oh, it's rubber wheels. What is it?
This is called the Bush Pig foot motorcycle, also known as the Wheelman. Made in Australia by Grant Taylor. One of my all-time favorites. Hubless wheels, off-road capability, 49cc motor, steers like a motorcycle. Your foot goes through the wheel and becomes the axle. Whole lot of fun. We got some good footage of these guys too.
Let's check it out on Planet X. This has an element of drag racing to it to me. What do you call this one?
This is an electric motor kit that mounts to any longboard, and there's an association called the NPSR, Association of Electric Skateboard Racing. They ride them in velodromes. Cool stuff. I'm thinking about putting a team together and getting in the mix.
Hey, I want to say thanks to one of the Planet X co-founders, Eric Ducharme, for showing us all of his cool gadgets. We're going to see more right after this.
Planet X TV. Planet X TV. Planet X TV.
Now we're here with Heather. We're going to check out the world of downhill skateboarding here on Planet X.
All right, we're here with Darren Niner, and tell us a little bit about this growing sport of downhill skateboard racing.
Well, there was a few years ago, my buddies and I were doing a lot of skateboarding. We were racing each other, and then my buddy Ty Donnelly one day said, "Hey, we need to start having some races. We need some other people to race." I think he got tired of me beating him, so he wanted to race some other people. So that's what we did. We put out a flyer, and our first race was up in Poway, and ever since then it's just been getting bigger and bigger.
Now you guys are actually the American Skateboard Federation?
American Skateboard Racing Federation, that's
Racing
right.
Federation.
Yeah.
Don't forget the racing, because that's important, because that's where the action is. So you guys, how many events are you guys putting on?
We do one event a month. We started a little over 5 years ago, so we've had 60 plus events. We've had over 40 different hills. We've repeated a few hills, but over 40 different racetracks in the past 5 years.
And you have all ages competing?
We do. We have, most of the time, we have an open division. We have a Grom division, which is 14 and under. And then we have a Masters division, which is 40 and over. And then from time to time, we'll have what we call a Grammy division, which is 9 and under. And that was generally before my son turned 10. So, but yeah, so races of all ages. They come, they skate, and they move up through the ranks. And a lot of these racers from our races have gone on to race nationally and internationally.
All right, so I see we have some boards here. What do we got?
We do. I brought a part of my quiver here. I have my downhill speed board here. This is the Status from Never Summer. All my boards are Never Summer. That's a board company out of Colorado that makes snowboards, and they've used the snowboard technology to start making downhill boards. But this is my speed board. This is my free ride board. It's a little bit longer. The wheelbase is a little bit wider, and then this one's the nice one. This one's hot off the presses. This one's called the Reaper. I just got it last night, and I'm looking forward to putting that together and giving it a go.
Oh my gosh, so we shouldn't fear this Reaper.
Well, maybe a little bit.
If I'm going up against you down the hill?
You should fear the Reaper.
What makes this one so special?
This one, the concave, and if you can see, there's a lot of concave. There's a W concave in the middle. There's some jibs on the corners here. The trucks that I'm going to put on it, the trucks on these are speed trucks. They're not the same trucks we had when I was a kid. Those trucks you would wobble at about 22 miles an hour, and these will take us over 50, 60 miles an hour on a regular basis. So it's all about the speed trucks.
So if we're on the Reaper and we're at one of your competitions, are there long tracks, short tracks? What kind of things can I expect?
Generally, we put a lot of thought into every track that we pick. There's a lot of variables that go into a good track. It's got to be safe, number one. It's got to be safe. They're generally between 1 and 2 miles long. And really what we're looking for is we're looking for photo finishes at the end. I mean, it's downhill skateboard racing is really the Formula One of skateboarding. There's drafting, and there could be a new leader. People draft, and there could be a new leader 3 times or 4 times during one race. So it's all about the photo finish at the end. That's what it's really about.
Thanks, Heather. We'll be right back with more action.
Planet X TV. Planet X TV.
Planet X is brought to you by Super Shuttle, the official transportation partner for Planet X TV. When you need a lift, think Super Shuttle. And by Suzuki, 50 years of performance in the USA and the official motorcycle for Planet X TV.
We will catch you next time, only here on the many worlds of Planet X.
Hey guys, we're wrapping up here this episode of Planet X. MTS Charlie Tune of the Week.
We'll
Planet X is brought to you by the Inn at Sunset Cliffs here in beautiful Ocean Beach, California. Here's the website. Check it, book it, use it, you'll love it. Also brought to you by Whale Tails Tortilla Chips, reshaping the way you think about snacks.
Only here on Planet X.
I claim this world in the name of Planet X.
Planet X TV.